Blah, y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yaakov, what it do? The outlet to reality, the holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? This is the place where you want to hide from your drama or maybe hide from your baby mama. Just kidding. But anyways, fans, thank you for staying tuned. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching. And today we have one of the most famous people of all time. He's one of my favorite actors. He's been in the original Child's Play and the new TV show, season 1 and season 2 of the Chucky TV show. Give it up for Alex Vincent.
What's up, dude? That's some intro. One of the most famous people of all time. That's nowhere near accurate, but I appreciate it.
Oh man, I had to because brother, you one of my favorite. I had to
Continue to oversell me, man. I'm fine with that. Makes you happy. I'm good with it.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Well, I gotta say, brother, since the last time I had you, I have big news to share. So I've been doing, the podcast for almost 2 years, and one of our recent episodes we did together, we reached both of us 6.3K views. And it's amazing because I've never had that many views in my life ever doing YouTube. So I feel like a little boy that just found a chocolate bar. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah.
I'm happy to help any way I can, as long as you're having a good time.
Oh man, thank you, brother. I think people really enjoyed our conversation. I mean, this is our fourth time together, so I feel like you don't know how excited I was. When I went to work today, I was like, "Hey, boss, I gotta go home early." He said, "Why?" You're not gonna understand. You know what I'm saying? I got a blast.
Let's talk about season 2. Have you finished the show since we last chat?
Oh, I have, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, good.
Can I be honest with you, Alex? My favorite season 2 had to be episode 6 when you came. I love that they give you more lines, and I just throughout that episode was just so smooth. Even the transition, comedy, the action. I love how you're fighting with the psychiatrist. You guys are fighting down the stairs. It was just so cool. I was like, oh man, don't hurt my boy.
Yeah. Episode 6, I think, was the darkest of the 8. Tapped into a lot of things that were pretty dark, actually, and it ended with the most tragic death of the season. So yeah, it was a fun episode. It was and fighting with Rosemary was lots of fun. That's the actress who plays Dr. Mixter. That wasn't me who went down the stairs, but the rest of it, yeah, I heard a lot online, like, why'd you let that lady kick your ass? But Andy was beat up, man. He was tortured for a year. Yeah, it was having his skin filleted off and eaten. Um, he was in rough shape, and I think he tried to save everybody there. But yeah, she got the best of him at that moment. But you know, he did blow her doll jaw right off her own face at the end of it. So
That's true. That's true. I do like when you come in and you see the good guy doll and Jake is protecting it, and you're like, what the you see?
there's no such thing as good Chucky.
Right.
And Andy was right.
I think you're absolutely right. Because we saw what happened at the end. He hurt what's her name? The girl with the glasses. I can't get.
He killed Nadine. Yeah, he threw her out the window. His oldest method of murder, defenestration. Is that what it's called? Yeah, just like Aunt Maggie. She went out the window, went for a ride.
Oh man, broke my heart, brother. I think I dropped the popcorn when I saw that scene. I was so sad, brother. I was like, no, not the good people. Because we learned to love that character throughout that season.
Sure, Nadine was fantastic. You know, I keep hearing the word innocent being used to describe her, and I don't really see that word. I think she plays to her innocence, but she was very smart. There was a lot of depth in the character. It wasn't as simple as I think she carried herself, and they could tell that. So Yeah, people fell for Nadine right away. She was charming, and Bella did a fantastic job with that character. So it was sad for fans to see Nadine go, and it was sad for us to see Bella get killed on screen. But uh, it's good storytelling, you know. It's bad things happen to good people in horror films.
That's true. That's true. I think one of the most powerful scene we saw for friendship when she was helping can't get her name. You got Lexi.
Like,
He
yeah.
Lexi was going back to her old ways, right? She had the pills in front of her in the bathroom, and she had the chance to take them all. And Nadine was there being like basically a helping hand, like,
It
you
was
got this.
like a guardian angel. It was a voice of reason and a voice of understanding and empathy. Um, instead of instead of being a character that judged Lexi for her bad decisions, Nadine reinforced that she's stronger than that and she can do better than that. And yeah, the dynamic between those two characters is really impactful to me.
Yeah, man, it's powerful, brother. It's powerful. And Alex, I have to ask you, what was your favorite episode throughout 1 through 8?
I would say 7 with 4 right behind it. I think episode 7, the whole exorcism and just sharing the screen with all those characters together, um, and just the pace of it and the twists of it. Seven, I think was like the most well-rounded episode of the season, uh, with an incredible death of Father Bryce. But I think 4 was really Don's opportunity to kind of have fun and do what he wanted to with an episode. And I think it was written beautifully. It was shot beautifully. He directed it and did a remarkable job with it. And I guess it was a divisive episode for some people. Like, I mean, it kind of split people up a little bit. That episode was kind of a love or hate thing, but I loved it. I thought it was a quite the accomplishment to get that episode on the air.
Wow. No, it's a very interesting. Yeah, I was gonna say that episode, number 4, felt like kind of like Seed of Chucky, like the comedy and like getting to know more of the family.
Yeah. It was Seed of Chucky meets Agatha Christie. It was a murder mystery, a whodunit episode with Hollywood sleaze, so to speak. That's stealing Chucky's line. Um, but yeah, it was really super fun, and we had such great actors to be able to come in. Like I've been a fan of Joey Pants for years, so for him to be in an episode of our show, um, and their Bound reunion within it, and it was very Death on the Nile, and yeah, it was really a beautiful storytelling, beautiful piece of art and use of storytelling from Don.
Oh yeah, for sure. It
Because it
definitely
moved the story forward a great deal too. It was silly, but it also was pivotal in the overall arc of the season.
right. No, it's very. I liked it because it does show a lot of creativity, and we got to see Jennifer Tilly's sister, her real life sister. She was in
Yeah.
there. It was just so nice, even from her old co-star from the movie Bound, right? That's how you say it,
Mhm.
Bound.
Yeah. Bound. Yeah.
Bound, and it was just so cool. Like, you got to see more of like I said, more deeper with the family. It felt like the movie Clueless a little bit, like, oh, who did it? I was trying to figure out too. I had my pen. I say, I'm trying to figure out, maybe, it was that person,
It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, episodes with Jennifer Tilly that feature Jen are my favorite. I just love watching her perform. So I had a lot of fun watching that episode. I had a lot of fun with 7. I thought the finale was really great. And I think 6 was a really good dark episode. And I liked the premiere. I was really happy with season 2. Yeah, I know that it steps into an area of Chucky that really wants Chucky to be serious. But I've kind of learned to look at that over all these years as, you want a movie about a doll that comes to life and kills people to be serious. Like, it's a fun concept from the beginning. So I love the way that we get to have fun with it. I love how much it's expanded to include, in kind of important cultural elements of storytelling that has depth beyond just a horror film. It talks to real issues in the world and real feelings and real emotions, and uh the meta aspect of it kind of blends that together nicely. So I was a big fan of season 2.
Wow. Now I do gotta say, like when you were saying episode 7, how we got to see all the characters from all universe to meet together. It felt like like the Avengers, and they're all there lined up. It was so cool. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Andy got to meet Nika for the first time. It was just like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for. So I thought it was very played out. I agree with you. Seeing Chucky being, going through an exorcism, we never thought that could work, because he practiced voodoo for so long.
Well, did it work? Did it work?
I mean, they were able to move, the doll out of that body. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like jumped, right? Even though it went to Father Bryce, it also went to the psychiatrist, right? So it kind of split in a way.
Well, no, he went into the psychiatrist after the fact. Remember in episode 8 when he sucker punches her in the hallway?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think the whole exorcism thing was really, it was super fun to do. And it was just really great being like at a round table, which happened to be an altar with Chucky sprawled out on it and tied up. But uh yeah, standing there with all of us around that circle was surreal. It was wild to work with these people that have been our friends for many, many years, some of them, and some new, very talented actors that I know fans connected with a lot in the first season. And yeah, it was just a really fun scene to shoot. That being said, it was the hottest day of the summer, the most humid week that Canada has had in a long time. And we were in an actual chapel, and I had dirty hair and wig and mustache. I'm like hair and beard and mustache and a polyester jumpsuit and 200 candles and stage lights lit around me for 16-hour days for a week. Like, it was incredibly hot in there. But we were having fun.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I bet you were sweaty, man. You're like, man, I got this
Yeah.
wig.
That wig and beard, they put it on in the beginning of the day every time when I first get there, basically, and then you wait, sometimes 6, 7, 8 hours before you go on set, and you're just kind of wearing that, sitting around, thinking about how much it sucks to be Andy.
Oh man, brother. Oh, I was just so happy to see you and Kyle to come back and just, hugged each other. And when she gave you like a little punch, it was just so nice that you could see that she was mad, but she forgave you. Like it was still, there was still that friendship still strong.
Yeah, of course. The bond that Christine and Alex has, I never use my own name like that, but just to differentiate between Kyle and Andy and Christine and Alex, there's a real parallel because we are super close in real life, and these characters are, have known each other for as long as I have known Christine, the exact same amount of time, matter of fact. So yeah, it's every chance I get to work with her is a thrill and something we don't take for granted at all. And yeah, it was really, really fun. It's a fun way to spend the summer.
Wow. No, I'm a little jealous, man. I wish I could be with y'all, man. They said my ticket didn't come through yet. No, I'm just kidding. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of work. It's a lot of work too, man. I mean, it really is. It's not it's not the time that you actually get in front of the camera is the smallest percentage of time of the entire experience. There's so much more involved. Like we were there for months, 2 months, and we're between cut, like action and cut, we're on set, a very, very small amount of time.
Oh wow. And how hard, like I want to ask you because you have to memorize your script. Does it take you a while to memorize like the script, or before you flew into Canada, you already knew your lines?
No, I learned it kind of as we were going this time. In the past, I've done that and memorized everything before I got there, but no, the memorization part of it is not difficult for me at all. It's more, feeling in the scene, and that's what takes being there. And you can't really predict that stuff. You can't really make guesses about how that's actually going to go. So there's no point in really memorizing too far in advance.
Gotcha. And what helped you to feel that, like that seriousness that you were saying? Was it like you had to think about like a family member or a friend to get you in that space?
There's a lot of different things I think of. I've lived a fun but also very difficult life. So I have a lot of things I can tap into. I've had a lot of loss in my life. I've had a lot of fear. You got to put yourself in the position of Andy Barclay, and I can do that fairly easily.
Wow, man. No, that's incredible. I think I mean, that's beautiful to see you to, get into that character is very difficult. Some people it happens where they lose themselves, right? Because they don't know how to get back to reality. They get stuck in there, like what happened with Joker from The Dark Knight, you know,
Yeah,
it, it just
but that's Andy's work was minimal. That's it's really not worth comparing the two. Um, you know, I only had a handful of lines in that show, and like I don't have to get so deep into the character to even risk losing myself. Like I'll never think Chucky's really gonna kill me. So
that's true, man. You survived so many times, you know what I'm saying? You never died, brother.
and it's comfortable there. I mean, we're working with people that we've worked with for a very long time. So I wasn't worried that I would fall too deep into this character while I was out there. Nothing like that.
Gotcha, brother. Gotcha. Now I do want to ask you something. So we already know season one, season two. What was your favorite season? Was season one your favorite or season two?
I prefer season two. Yeah, it's close. I like season one a lot. I really liked the umbrella message of bullying that was in the first season. I mean, that was really what the real message was. And it was really a lot of Child's Play 2 stuff. I mean, so I love season one a lot, but season two I think was we got to expand to more fun, wild ideas. And yeah, it was more fun to do and it was more fun to watch.
Wow, brother. For me, I'm gonna be honest. I've been a fan of you and the Chucky franchise for a long time. I say for me, season one would still be the top. I think just because it felt like Child's Play 2, like that really it felt scary. A lot of times I kind of cringed up a little bit. I was like, man, where is he going? Check the batteries, Jake, check it. So
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it, it brought a lot of like the old school. I gotta say, season two, I love how they really would building character was like A plus. I love that Chucky came out with new lines, like wanna pray. That was like cool. I was like, okay, all right, Chucky, you moving up. You
There
coming
was
with
all kinds of fun stuff season two. Season two, I mean, they were both fun, but season two was wild. We really took a lot of big swings and I think the payoffs were worth it for me. I had a whole lot of fun watching it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. No, that's amazing, Alex. Now, Alex, I want to play a little game, man, because I know you've seen all the whole season two. So I'm gonna quiz you a little bit, see how good your
All
memory
right,
is.
I've done well on your quizzes before, so let's see.
Oh snap, my boy. I gotta stretch a little bit, but that's true. The last time you actually nailed it, you had it from every movie. You knew the line, like the rest of the line, and you knew what franchise of the movie was from. So I do got to give you credit for that.
All right, go for it.
All right, man. The first one. No, not the unicorn. No.
All right, so that's good, Chucky. So that's episode 3.
Oh, he nailed it. He got it. All right. I got a little
All right.
scared. You got it right. You got it right. All right. Here's the next one. Give me liberty or give me death.
Episode 6. He has risen indeed.
Oh, man. I loved it. Those are
I
my
mean,
two.
this isn't 30 years ago like the other one. Like this just happened in the summer, so I should be able to get these. Go ahead.
Oh man, that was actually the last two. The last two I had for you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He has risen indeed, and uh, episode 3. Can I remember the title of episode 3 right now? The sinners have much more fun.
I,
No, Hail Mary. Hail Mary.
Hail Mary, yeah.
Episode 3.
Dang, you're good, Alex. See, I'm really shocked, man. Your memory is I'm not even your
Well,
level yet. You know what I'm saying?
what else? What else? Yeah. What else am I doing this year? I better remember this shit.
Oh man, you're so funny, brother. I'm so happy, man. This is crazy, man. How time has gone so fast, and like I'm really looking forward to what's gonna happen the next project. I do think they're gonna make a season 3 because we left off Chucky was still alive. I do have a theory if I can share it with you.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. It has it. I mean, I don't know if you got the new script yet, but I'm gonna share a little bit.
There is no new script. There is
Okay.
no new script at all. So yeah, you're on your own here.
Ooh, that's a tough one. So I think where we left off, I feel like Chucky didn't kill Jennifer Tilly. He didn't. It looked like because of the end of the scene cut, you see that the doll Bella is actually Chucky, which was I was not but
The Bell doll is Chucky. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm with you. I don't. If the show continues, I can't imagine it happening without Jen. So I'm with you. I don't think Tiffany's dead either.
right. I think they're gonna kind of make it up somehow because they're always I feel like throughout the whole series and the movies, they're like toxic. It's a love and hate relationship. And it's so funny how they act together.
Yeah.
And
There's a
so
lot of fun ways you can go from there for sure.
right.
Yeah.
And I think Nika, I'm losing my words. She's definitely gonna get her revenge for sure. Um, I feel like maybe in the middle of that new season, Nika's gonna maybe take out Jennifer Tilly. It's gonna be sad and it's gonna be like wild, but everyone kind of wants her to have her revenge because you could see when she attacked Glenn, which was so sad. And I gotta miss something. I'm gonna go a little bit off tangent, but I really love when Glenn and Glenda transferred their soul to the doll, and we got the original voice, Billy Boyd, right? That's the
Yeah. Yeah.
and to have that, I was waiting for that in this season, and I was like, oh, my prayers have been answered. So I was so happy, and it was just so because his voice is just for me, it's still iconic. I'm gonna tell you a personal story, Alex, real fast. So when I was young, my father wasn't in my life, and he divorced my mom when I was 2, and I got to see him time to time. And when Seed of Chucky came out, my father said, I want to take you to the movies. I said, okay, cool. And we went to of Chucky, and when we went to go see it, my father said, and with his own words, he said, "This is going to be the last movie we're going to watch together," and that was the
Oh,
last time I saw my father.
seriously?
Yeah,
Uh, And you haven't spoken to him since, or he died? What do you mean? But when
like
you say that,
like we never went to the movies again. I never hanged out with him, so I actually got to see him like 15 years later after that movie, Seed of Chucky. I saw him during the pandemic. Just wanted to see if he was still alive and he was okay. And I got to pour out things that I was feeling in my heart. And I told my father, like, Dad, I want to tell you, remember when was our last movie we saw together? And he's like, no, I don't remember. And I said it was Sea of Chucky. And I pull out the movie ticket that we still had together. And I cherish it because I told him that was the only good memory I have with you. And now I'm a fanatic with Chucky because every time I even have a collectible or I see a movie, it reminds me the good times I had with my father.
well, that's really sweet, man. I appreciate you telling me that story. That's awesome. Listen, I ran away from this business, right? I didn't dive in as an actor. I didn't want to be famous. I didn't really want to be like being rich or being wealthy from being an actor was not something that was important to me. I wanted to be happy in life. So that's why I stopped acting. And 20 years later, was doing conventions, meeting people and hearing stories like that. And that makes it all worth it. That is what made what I did as a child worth it. Um, so I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, man. I don't really share, my personal, life, so much because it's a very it's a touchy subject, right? Um and I feel like, I feel more comfortable talking to you. I feel like, in the first two times I've had you, I would just, have fun, play games, talk. But I think now I feel I consider you as a brother, like someone I can
I
say,
I appreciate that, man, but just be comfortable talking to yourself, because really it's just friends in this world and connections you make give you opportunities to express things that are important to you. Uh, but you're really talking about helping yourself understand yourself better, and understand your path. Helps you figure out where you are, and how you got there, and possibly where you're going. So yeah, I appreciate that the art form that I did it as a child, and then got the incredibly blessed opportunity to do once again as an adult, makes connections like that with people, because making people happy is what it's all about. So
that's true, man. You changing lives, brother. That's a big thing, man. And I appreciate you, brother. And this means a lot.
I don't know that we change lives. Listen, we entertain people, and we give you an opportunity to think about this world and think about, through storytelling, you offer a lot of things that you can relate to yourself. And there are metaphors stacked on metaphors in our show. Um, and so I think if we're able to help people think about themselves and show appreciation, for art, appreciation is pretty close to gratitude in life and things you're thankful for. And I think your gratitude gives you the best opportunity to work your way through everything you have ahead of you, by understanding yourself and the art that you connect to.
I love it, brother. That was deep, man. That was deep. You hit it. You hit it. Oh man. Well, brother, look, let me wrap it up, man. Guys, this is the Outlet to Reality, the holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago every Tuesday. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching. Y'all know where to find me. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, the Outlet to Reality. My TikTok is at Yaakov28. And my Snapchat is Take One Pass It. And Alex Vincent, where can my fans find you?
Alex_Vincent, Instagram, Patreon. Twitter, AV Productions Online is my recording studio. That's behind me. Or the Loop Studios. You can go there too.